The top 5 things to watch on Netflix.
One of the greatest series of all time.
What decade would you want to grow up in? You would make history, the first sus caveman of all time. That very movie made me realize, yeah, I like girls. Welcome to Catching a Vibe. This is episode 5. I'm your boy Drew. Today, I have my other roommate, my boy Jesse. Jesse, how are we doing?
Pretty good. Glad to be on the pod.
Hey,
Finally.
thank you, man.
Finally.
Yeah, I've been trying to get you. You've been avoiding that smoke.
Yeah. Well, here now, so
Yeah.
gonna be a good one.
How's your night last night?
Not too bad.
Not too
I
bad.
didn't do anything. I was chilling.
Watching
Chilling.
movies with Will.
Yeah, we watched a new one out on Netflix. Mr. Harrigan's Phone. I don't recommend it.
It was bad.
So don't watch it.
Did Will
Don't
like
watch
it?
No.
Or no? Will didn't like it?
It was not good. It was not good. Not a good movie.
What would you rate it?
Out of 10, a 5.
5?
So it was like, it's decent, but it's like not something I'm gonna watch again. It's based on a Stephen King short story. So
It kind of looked boring because
Yeah,
I
it's
just
boring.
popped up and
Super
was
boring.
like, what is this? And it was like it was like a grandpa and like his grandson or something like
So a
that.
little spoiler warning. I'm just gonna give a little bit. If you guys liked the Death Note, it's similar to Death Note. Not as much action, but kind of the same concept.
Is that a horror movie?
Yeah, like a horror thriller, but
Gotcha.
there's almost no scary scenes in it.
So I could be good watching it.
It's like a thriller, a drama thriller.
Okay. So Jesse is a former Navy SEAL. I gotta thank you for your service. Off the rip. Are you glad to be back?
No.
No?
The weather. I was in Florida, so I was in Pensacola, Florida, and the weather down there touched 30 maybe once in December. It was like December 25th, like my first Christmas down there. It hit like 32, and that's the coldest it was ever down. So I was down there for 3 years. So coming back to Ohio, it's kind of rough.
Yeah.
This weather
Oh, I bet.
hurts my joints. Feel like an 80,
Yes.
80-year-old.
Bro, literally.
So-
After high school, you are so sore when it's winter time.
Yeah, I know when the snow or rain's coming, my back will start hurting.
Yeah,
So.
my like shoulders are hurting from football and shit.
Yeah, but I'm glad to be back. I got hurt down there pretty early on into my contract, so I didn't get to do anything cool.
Tough.
I was just doing.
What were you looking forward to? The cool stuff.
Yeah, so my job, I would have been jumping out of helicopters, saving people, doing that kind
You
of
wanted
stuff.
to do that?
So that was the goal, but ended up different plans. So here now, I'm not being able to run. But I can't complain. Everything happens for a reason.
That's facts. So now you're coaching basketball. I
Yep.
don't know how the hell he
Yep.
got a coaching job, but he did.
Yeah, seventh grade basketball here at Alliance Middle School, and it's a grind.
Yeah.
I played basketball early on, like 3rd grade all the way up through 7th grade. So I have a little bit of experience. High school, I played 1 year, ended up not playing, focusing on different sports. But yeah, I had the opportunity to coach 7th grade. I get back into the community of being back, and I've enjoyed it so far. I don't want to go into it, but it's if anyone has like little brothers that are that age, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, they're hard to deal with. Especially the 7th grade.
Oh, I saw.
They act like they know everything, when they don't know anything about the sport.
Yeah.
So funny story. It was like our first day practicing, and I basic play is pick and roll. Pick and roll in basketball. I'm like, all right, kids, we're going to get this going. The easiest play to run.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, go set a pick, and you're just going to roll.
Yeah.
And so this kid goes up and sets a pick on his own teammate with the basketball. He's dribbling, he's getting picked by his own teammate. I'm like, that's when I knew it was going to be a long season. But, we got our first dub last Thursday.
Hey,
So,
shout out.
Can't complain.
Did
against
they
a good
dump the
team, too.
Gatorade on you?
No, fortunately, no Gatorade bath. Maybe if we win the conference, I'll get one. But
That'd be sweet.
yeah,
First year.
we have another game Monday against Minerva, so they shouldn't be any good.
Yeah, typical Minerva, not very good at sports.
Typical.
I feel bad for him though, because
I don't.
not at all.
I don't.
It's not like they're the cockiest school in the district. I feel
No,
like. I mean, once, like, I would be a fan of theirs. It's like the 16th seed in the sweet
That is,
March
yeah.
Madness.
Well, no, they were good when I was in high school. So I know I'm a little older than you.
In basketball?
So, no, football.
When?
So my freshman year of football, they actually made the playoffs.
Did they?
They won the NBC.
No
Freshman
way.
year. Yeah, they had like two good running backs. They were like all state wrestlers. And they kind of led that team. But yeah, after that, they just went downhill.
Jeez. Sorry, Minerva.
Yeah.
Okay.
R.I.P. to the program.
Yeah. Since Jesse's the coach, I'm going to ask him this question. What are the 3 coaches you would want to play for?
So, on my list, I have two NBA coaches. One of them, just because I'm a Cleveland Cavs fan, is J.B. Bickerstaff. He just seems like a really, really fun guy to play for. I know he has his struggles down the stretch. If you guys watch the Cavs games, going into the fourth quarter in a close game.
Yeah.
And if Donovan's not in the game, he has a hard time drawing up a play or something to get that Cavs offense going. But besides that, this Cavs team, it's probably the best since LeBron left.
Literally.
I'd even go as far as saying, even with LeBron, this team has potential this year to be better than the teams in 15, 16, 17.
16.
Yeah, or maybe not 16. Well, 16. I mean, that was just LeBron being LeBron, carrying
LeBron
the team.
and Kyrie going off.
Yeah, and Kevin Love doing his thing out in the corner.
Isn't it crazy how, like, RJ, Chain, Fry, they all say, like, the 17 squad was better, but, like, Golden State got KD.
Yeah. See,
that's just unfair.
That
sucks.
That was a tough series to watch, that 17 finals.
Yeah.
But even the 18 finals.
Yeah.
LeBron dropping 51 in the first game.
I think that's LeBron's greatest year. 51, game 1.
Year? Oh, you can't take away his Heat years. I think Heat years, he was the best overall, well-rounded overall basketball player in his career. But I don't know. This Cavs team has potential. And as long as Donovan and Jared Allen stay healthy. I mean, Jared Allen's the best big man we've had since Gauskas.
Yeah.
So, it's refreshing to see that, a big man down there who wants to play. I know Tristan Thompson, I don't want to disrespect his name, but
Tristan, dude.
He had too much drama with the Kardashians.
Too much Kardashian.
Yeah, too much Kardashian love. I don't blame him, though.
I do not blame him, honestly.
And the other one, pretty typical pick, Doc Rivers. Just a legendary,
You schmuck.
legendary coach. But yeah, he just seems, super fun guy to play for. That's the kind of coach I am, and the kind of coach I'd love to play for. So, that fun coach. I was gonna put Pop on there, but I'm like, he's too serious for me. Like, even though even one of the greatest coaches of all time, it's like.
Well, you gotta be if you're one of the greatest,
But I can just imagine, going up the court, trying to get a play or something, just looking over and you see Pop's face just staring at you.
The death
stare. Yeah. So, but the last coach I have is the NFL coach, and is a new NFL coach for the Miami Dolphins.
Fire pick.
Mike McDaniel. So he's, if you haven't seen the clips of him and Tua talking, he's super down to earth guy, super humble guy, and it's hard to find a coach like that, and in those professional levels because. You kind of have to be selfish at that level to keep your job, but, McDaniel's just, super humble guy, super funny guy, and I'd love to play for him.
Yeah, his mic'd up clips are hilarious when he's talking. Yeah, Georgia's definitely the best SEC school.
Yeah, yeah, don't tell Tua, but...
Yeah, Tua's just throwing the ball right beside it.
Yeah.
So my 3, I picked NFL because I just played football and baseball, but I don't know any of the coaches now. So I went Andy Reid, Big Red.
Yeah.
If you watch Iron Heights, or no, it's New Heights with the Kelsey Bros. I
haven't watched this. So.
Pretty good. You're not a big podcast guy, but it's pretty good. They talk about all the great stories of Andy Reid. I love his mind offensively. He just comes up with anything.
It's crazy. Everyone thought that team would fall off after Tyreek left. Patrick Mahomes, because even I thought Patrick Mahomes sometimes got carried by Tyreek. Running past the defenses, and Mahomes would throw it up, and Tyreek would be 20 yards within the ball. But props to Reid and Mahomes because this Chiefs team has not lost a step.
I think the offense is better this year,
and
which is stupid to say.
the receivers, I don't know how. Juju. I hate
He's
Juju.
a solid
I don't
number
like Juju.
2
I
receiver.
don't say number one.
Not
He's
number
not a
one.
number
God
one.
no.
But I mean, Kelsey, they still have Kelsey, so
Right. Kelsey's just
he's wide receiver 1.
on any team.
Yeah, any team, wide receiver 1.
So 2, I went Mike Tomlin, which sucks to say because I'm a Browns fan.
Yep.
But like he's just a player's coach. You see his clips. He's got that swag.
Yeah, tripping the Ravens player on the
Yes.
sideline.
Jacoby Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there, bud.
Yeah, he was going to be on my list, but I didn't want to put a Steelers coach on there.
I
so.
know. Yeah, but I had to. And 1, I got the boy Pete Carroll. Dude's 80 years old, but he's still one of the boys. I feel like.
I don't know. I've heard mixed reviews on Pete Carroll. From the players, from the fans. So I can't.
Yeah.
I don't want to put my 2 cents on.
You remember Lendell White, the USC running back with Reggie Bush?
No.
Well, anyways, so he got traded to Seattle with Pete, and Pete this was after a practice or something, and Pete was like, "How you doing?" Blah blah blah, and Lendell was like, "Oh, about to go to Vegas." And he gets to Vegas, and fucking Pete cut him right after seeing him.
That reminds me of with the Patriots when they used to dress Belichick up for the Halloween parties.
Yes, Randy Moss.
Yeah, Randy Moss had him dressing up as a pirate for one of the Halloween parties. You just don't see Belichick doing that.
No, not at all. So another question I have is the top 5 things to watch on Netflix, movies and shows.
Yes, that's a tough one.
That was a very tough question.
There's so much good stuff on Netflix. You might not think so. I don't think so anymore, just because I've watched everything and it's hard to go back and rewatch everything 10 times. But just looking at the list, I had 15 things on there.
Mm-hmm.
I had literally 15. I had to cut it down. It was super hard. But this is in no order at all. But I had Peaky Blinders. If you haven't seen it,
I haven't.
Go watch it. One of the greatest series of all time. It's up there.
Top 3?
I'd say
top 5
on Netflix. Yes, top 3 for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I know Breaking Bad's up there. I haven't watched it completely through. I've watched it completely through scattered. I haven't fully watched it through, so I didn't put Breaking Bad on there, even though I know that's probably another top 3 series.
I just finished that a couple months ago.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah.
Because the first time I watched it, I was in middle school. I was like, "Oh, this is a good show." Then now I'm matured. I was like, "Holy
understand everything."
shit.
So another thing on basic pick the new Wednesday.
Wednesday, still haven't watched that yet.
New Wednesday, it's a great. I watched the old Addams Family, back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But this there's different things that make it better, and there's different things that make it worse. But I feel it's a super solid series on Netflix right now.
Okay.
And I mean the other basic pick, Stranger Things.
Yeah,
can't go wrong with putting Stranger Things on a top Netflix list.
Mm-hmm.
But
I was so close to picking Stranger Things on it, but I was like, no, everyone's seen it. I don't know if I should say it right now. But.
Yeah. So I had to throw a movie on there, and one of my favorite movies of all time is on Netflix. Is Coach Carter. I have to watch it before every game. I have to watch it just to get motivation to go out there and coach these kids.
So I went to Jesse's first game, and I was in Snapchat stories. I was like, Coach Carter's making his first coaching debut.
I feel like I'm in his position.
I think you are, dude. After watching that first game.
Game 1, we had a kid get suspended. Before, during the school day, got suspended. Was still able to play the game. And I'm like, well, now it's a moral thing. Do I start him?
Yeah.
Just let all the other kids know, hey,
can you please tell me what to do?
Yeah, I was like, well, if I start him, it's giving these kids,
hey, you can do whatever you want.
If you get suspended, you're still going to play. Ended up sitting him for the first half, and he's my best player. He's my best big man. Sat him for the first half, and we got down by 20. And I'm like, all right.
Which I didn't know that story, but I was watching a game. I was like, Jesus, these kids cannot get to half court. Then Jesse's bench came in and scored 10 straight.
Yeah, I had 3 of my bench players all were in trouble. that week, so I couldn't start him. So that's the Coach Carter dilemma
Respect it.
I'm running into. But the last series I have it on here for nostalgia reasons. I grew up watching it. I just finished it about last year. Supernatural.
I've never seen that either.
It's a long one. Definitely, it's like 15 seasons.
15 seasons?
Yeah. It gets weird in the middle, around like season 9, 10, 11. You'd probably, you'd like it. It gets a little weird in the middle. That's kind of where I took a break watching it. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I can watch this anymore. Ended up picking it back up about 2 years ago, and I'm glad I did because the ending, the last 4 seasons, oh my god,
fire,
so good.
How long are
So
the
good.
episodes?
Like 45 to 50.
Jesus, that is
so it's long.
Long.
But yeah, I had it on there because I think 15 seasons. They ended in 2019, so like 2004 is when they first started coming out. And, I was 8 at the time, 8, 9, 10, growing up watching it on TV. Not even on Netflix. We didn't have no Netflix back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just waiting every week watching one of these episodes to come up. But yeah, great series, love it.
I like the list, kid.
Yeah. Well, I had to put some honorable mention for all my anime lovers on there. So. I'm a huge Berserk guy, so if you guys watch Berserk, love Berserk. I just had to put it on my honorable mention list because they did say they were releasing the original Berserk onto Netflix, the 1997 version. So once that gets on there, give that a watch. If not, I believe the Berserk Golden Age series is on there. It's like three-part movie series.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, one of my favorite shows of all time, and it's an anime. So if you like anime, go give it a watch.
Nice. So, honorable mention, I just watched this movie last night, Prisoners, with Hugh Jackman and, what's his name? Jake Gyllenhaal.
Mm-hmm.
Fire movie.
Like,
I
heard so many good things.
Dude, that movie, literally right after, I, typed in, Prisoners ending explained.
Oh my god.
It's one of those movies.
It is.
But, you kind of get the feeling, hey, this is what's going to happen, but, at the end, they just, cut it right when you think...
And you can't go without knowing
right.
the end.
I was like, I need this.
Looking up every fan theory.
Yeah.
That's how I am with Harry Potter. I
yes.
know every fan theory for Harry Potter. Another great movie. Go watch it.
So, number 5, I went Pink Panther 2.
Oh my god.
That is
it's a classic. It's
that
a classic
comedy,
movie.
The goofiness of that movie is so funny.
It is. It's a funny movie. Classic movie. So I understand.
Steve Martin, it's just so goated.
I understand why
it's definitely 10 times better than the first one, I think.
Yeah.
First one had good moments, but this one overall is way funnier. So 4, I went Manifest. That's top 2 show popping right now.
I was gonna put Manifest. I haven't seen the new season yet, so
I just started season 3, and I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, Manifest is one of the craziest series on Netflix right now. It has that, it just has that vibe to it. Keeps you at the edge of your seat every single episode.
You think this happens, but
that
happens.
So many cliffhangers.
Yeah,
that's what makes these TV series good. Just the cliffhangers every episode.
That's what the best shows do.
Yeah,
that's what Breaking Bad did.
Yeah.
Every ending to episode, you're like, I have to watch it.
Yeah, you just have to watch it, and
Right. So number 3, I went with a movie. I went Southpaw. I
love
love boxing movies. Jake Gyllenhaal, shocker, killed this role again. Also one of the saddest movies.
It is very sad.
But that will motivate you, dude. When his wife dies and he's just hitting rock bottom.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Then you just have to decide, do you want to stay down or you want to get yourself up? And he did.
New Age Rocky.
And he won. Shout out the boy. So number 2, one of my favorite shows of all time, Friday Night Lights. Great cast.
Great pick. I haven't watched it, so.
Dude, you need to.
I hear so many good things about it, but it's
there's so many good characters. Just overall good show. Football too.
Yeah.
Football's my favorite sport to watch, so gotta throw that out there.
I'll have to put it on my list.
You have to.
Next series to watch.
Number 1. It's Breaking Bad.
Yeah. I was
Walter White,
I was
Jesse
waiting for it. Yeah, from what I've seen, it's up there with, it's hard to put anything but Peaky Blinders just because I love the 1920s feel to Peaky Blinders, just like
Mhm.
back in the day. But Breaking Bad, it's on another. It's like 1A, 1B, just two different levels to
Yeah.
those series above everything else.
So you say 1920s. So this question is, what decade would you want to grow up in or live
See,
in?
I thought about this one, and I didn't want to go with the basic, 20s, live in the 20s, live in the 50s, live in the 80s. Me personally, if I could pick any year to live in out of all time,
Uh
I'm going to the prehistoric ages.
huh.
I'll go straight to the dinosaur age.
Straight to the dinosaurs.
Straight
Are you
living with
drinking?
the dinosaurs.
Eaten by a dinosaur?
See, I'm built different, so I
Oh,
wouldn't. See, I'd go with like, if I stay how I am, but I go back with those like cavemen. I'm like the smartest one and like understand what I know now. So I could wrestle with a dinosaur.
You would make history, the first sus caveman of
Yeah,
all
dude.
time.
Uh,
No, I like that answer. Mine, I went the 80s because, like, that 70s show, just like in the basement, just bullshitting with the boys. No social media. You don't have to look at this schmuck with a Lambo or this kid getting all the Christmas gifts making you jealous.
I mean, you don't
You're
got-
just focused on you.
no social media in the prehistoric ages.
That is true, but I'm not trying to run from a dinosaur every day.
Gotta tame one.
That would be scary.
Tame the
Dude.
T-Rex.
Like Jurassic Park kind of scares me.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have dinosaurs in the future.
I heard they were doing it. I heard they were, start incubating the dinosaurs.
I'm not gonna lie, I did see like a TikTok where this like dinosaur is like, no way,
Yeah.
did they start?
I wouldn't be surprised with how the world's going and how we're advancing in genetics and stuff. I'm not gonna be surprised like at all when 10, 20 years down the line we have a T-Rex farm.
But why would we bring him back? Like, don't we know we would not survive if there was just?
You think humans really understand that?
That's true.
Probably like research purposes.
We're already starting like killer robots and shit.
Yeah.
Like, just watch the movies. iRobot. What's some other?
Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
Just watch
Jurassic
Park. That's where we should learn from our
Yeah.
mistakes, but we never do. So I think we're gonna have to experience it in real life to actually.
Because you never learn unless like you go through
Yeah.
the thing. I feel like
I wouldn't mind. That'd be a good way to go. Jurassic Park type
just getting
style.
eaten by a dinosaur. That's the way you want to go.
It's not how I want to go. I'm not gonna complain if that is the way I go. So, but yeah.
So, another question I have for you: what were your 3 celebrity crushes as a kid?
Yeah, back in the day, I mean, there were a few.
I just know you're gonna have a weird answer for this. I'm ready for it.
Well, the two main ones, the one, Selena Gomez. I mean,
Wizards of Waverly Place.
yes, watching that show every single day,
Fire show.
And I mean, even now, she's still a beautiful woman. So,
Yeah. Shout out The Weeknd.
yeah, well,
Well, they're broken up now, but at
His-
least he got to date her.
his loss.
Yeah.
Second one is Bella Thorne
Thorne.
from Shake It Up.
Shake it
I
up,
used
man.
to love Shake It Up. Shake It Up was, her and Zendaya. I was like their, coming out party. Like that's when they started really taking off.
Mm-hmm.
Bella Thorne, that red hair back in the day.
Redheads, man.
Yeah,
I used to love redheads as a
that's
kid.
like my list. That's where I got my issues from. I got Bella Thorne, the redheads, and this last one. I had to go a different route, but it's She Go from Kim Possible. So that's where I.
Where are you, Jack Harlow, dude?
No, it's if you do you know who I'm talking about?
I can't picture, honestly.
I'll get a picture. I'll get a picture of She Go for you. Look at that, already pulled up.
Yeah, through. Homie. I'm not surprised, though.
Yeah.
You actually had a crush on her. Well, anyways, moving on to my 3. I went Kristen Dunst. I mean, that was Spider-Man's girl. Spider-Man was God to me as a kid.
Least favorite MJ.
By far. Like,
Yeah.
You know you've matured when you realize she's like the worst girl ever.
Yeah, she's like the epitome of the toxic girlfriend.
Yeah. Yes, literally.
One thing bad happens to Spider-Man, and she's dating the astronaut.
Or going back to his best friend.
Yeah,
Scumbag.
Peter Parker deserved better.
Facts. So number 2, here comes the redhead. I'm going Debbie Ryan from Jessie.
Yep.
That was one of the shows I was like embarrassed to admit I liked as a kid because I didn't want to get made fun of.
See, that's I kind of had to just embrace it because my name.
Yeah.
Everywhere I went when that show was popular, you know, walking through, hey Jesse, I'm like, okay, I haven't heard that one in a
That
million
was
times.
a fire theme song though. It was catchy.
Pretty good.
Then the first one, it's Megan Fox, Transformers one.
Yeah, that was the first Transformers.
That very movie made me realize, yeah, I like girls.
Yeah, working on that car, it's
Pop the hood.
sending the steam blowing up,
The Sam's like
sweat rolling down.
Sam's like, yeah, it's just me adjustments.
Can't blame him though.
No,
any one of us would be doing that in his situation.
Hey, he was spitting though.
Yeah, he did. He had the Riz. He was the original Riz guy.
He had the light skinned face too. Yeah. Oh, that's good. So, last and final question I have for you. 3 celebrities you would want to game with. What game would you want to play with these guys?
What game?
Yeah.
So I'll start out with my celebrities. So 2 of them are comedians. One of my favorite comedians of all time is Kevin Hart. He gets a lot of hate, but he's up there with one of the greatest comedians of all time.
Oh, for sure.
He's. I just don't think I've ever laughed as hard as I do watching his Netflix specials or just any of his skits.
Mm-hmm.
It's just some of the stuff he does is just so funny. The way he does it, it's just hilarious.
Him and The Rock are good.
I was gonna put The Rock, and I'm like, that's the too basic of a combo.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I could go without The Rock.
Yeah.
But the second one, another one of my favorite comedians is Keegan Michael Key from Key and Peele. He's my favorite one out of him and Jordan. Jordan's off doing his thing now, but Keegan, he plays a couple roles in a couple movies.
Yeah.
But he's just same with Kevin Hart. The stuff he does, the way he does it, his facial expressions.
Yes.
Being in a room with him and Kevin Hart is probably like one of my one bucket list thing I would love to do. Just hanging out with those 2.
That would be so sweet.
And the last one, Dr. Disrespect.
The 2-time champ.
The 2-time. You don't play with the 2-time.
Dude, I miss watching him play Fortnite with Tim the Tatman, and he would get so pissed.
Yeah, because I watched Dr. Disrespect back in his PUBG days, like original PUBG days. I know he still plays PUBG.
Yeah.
A little bit, but back when he solely played PUBG, that's when I played. I loved PUBG. That's when Fortnite first started coming out, and I'm like, yeah, Fortnite's cool and all, but it's I like that realistic.
Yeah, I tried PUBG
it's hard as shit.
2 times. Yes,
it is.
And this
so
was
hard.
when I was grinding Fortnite. And I was trying it. I was like, I don't know, guys. I couldn't even pick up guns, or I didn't know.
It's just a different feel. It's like Fortnite's super fast paced. Go get a kill. PUBG, it's no. It's you're out in the middle of Afghanistan.
Dude, literally.
Yeah, good slow playing everything, but that game is just it's iconic. PUBG. I used to play it on my phone all the time too.
Yeah, all the
the mobile version's more fun. A lot easier to play.
Yeah,
but if I could play one game with them, probably be. I don't know. That's tough. Probably Fortnite though.
Fortnite.
Just because they probably all know how to play it. They have played it before. And I'd say Halo, but Halo gets me too frustrated.
Yes, it does.
Halo.
Hearing this guy in his room just getting so pissed.
Yeah, Halo's. I just don't like what they're doing with the game right now.
Yeah.
So
that sucks though. It was such a good game when we were kids.
It was good when it first came out. It's just they had so many plans for it in the future. Right. And I'm like, you can't do that knowing that Call of Duty's coming out this year. Fortnite's coming back up.
Yeah.
All these new games are coming out. Elden Ring. It's coming out. Shout out to Elden Ring, Game of the Year.
Yeah. God of War. That was also
God of War, yeah. It's tough, and they waited 6 months to come out with like new maps or multiplayer campaign, and just like it's too late to do all that stuff.
You're almost better off just dropping everything.
Yeah, so that's why I'm glad the one GTA they pushed their timetable back so they can get all the stuff in at GTA 6. And I don't mind when games do that, as long as they have a clear vision of what they want. NCAA did it.
Right.
NCAA was supposed to come out 2024 or 2023, maybe even next year.
Yeah,
and they pushed it back to 2024. Yeah. And I'm like, by all means do that, because if I just get a rebranded Madden with college uniforms,
all the boys would be heartbroken.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd do.
I know.
I don't think
that would suck.
I might just throw my Xbox away.
I'm done gaming.
It's just like this game is going to be the most iconic game. Coming out, most anticipated game coming out, and if it's just trash,
right,
it's going to be bad.
Yeah. So my 3, I went Marshawn Lynch. Have you ever seen Conan O'Brien's Mortal Kombat video? Marshawn Lynch was like, I'm just a button basher, swoosh, swoosh. Him and Gronk were playing, and he was like, oh, God, that's nasty.
Marshawn Lynch is one of the most low-key, funniest persons ever.
Yeah.
He's not nonchalant funny.
Yes. His, slang is so funny. And he's like, Conan's like, so what games do you play, Marshawn? He's like, Mario Kart.
Marshawn played Mario Kart.
In Oakland, just playing Mario Kart.
Well, I mean, he did the one game back when he played in college. He was on the golf cart.
Yes, that was fire. So number 2, I went Jimmy Fallon. He's funny, but also he's competitive. Whenever him and his guests play games, he always tries to win.
Yeah,
I feel like. So I need at least one competitive.
One competitive. Guy. Yeah, that's what Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah. Then number 1, Jim Carrey. I used to love Jim Carrey.
Is one of my favorite actors.
Jim Carrey gets hate. Have you noticed that?
I don't know why.
There's some cats that are like, Jim Carrey's not funny at all. I think he's hilarious.
I don't know. I just think it's because he's one of the, one of the only true, to himself actors. All these other actors are conforming to Hollywood and stuff.
Right.
Jim Carrey stayed, true to himself and his beliefs his entire life and career. So I think that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
He's not conforming to all the, Tom, I don't want to bring in Tom Hanks into the situation, but you see Tom Hanks. You see him on all these commercials.
Right. No.
Political commercials.
Yeah. That's so whack.
Yeah, I don't mind it, sometimes you just gotta stand up for what you believe in. But
yourself.
Getting paid to do it's a different story.
Right. So yeah, those are the 3. Also, I'm picking Fortnite. Favorite game of all time. I'm still addicted to that game. The new chapter is fire, though.
I haven't tried it. Me and Brennan played it.
Shout out Brennan.
Yeah, shout out Brennan. We played it 2 nights ago. I bought the Mr. Meeseeks skin.
Did you really?
From Rick and Morty, yeah, because it's Rick and Morty's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
And I saw it, so I had to get the Mr. Meeseeks skin.
How much V-Bucks was it?
1,500. But no, I logged into it. I logged into Fortnite. And I'm like, I don't remember, but I don't buy V-Bucks. I usually just get them from the Battle Pass. And I look up at my V-Bucks, and I have 1,900. And I'm like, that's crazy. I don't know I had that much. I don't know if I...
It was one of those nights in the Navy. You were just drinking.
Yeah, I don't remember buying those V-Bucks, but I'm like, hey, I got 1,900 V-Bucks. Should I buy the Battle Pass, or should I, get this Mr. Meeseeks skin? I'm like, I gotta go Mr. Meeseeks. So now I think I have 400 left, and I'll get a couple free 100 V-Bucks to buy the Battle Pass.
So hopefully next time you play, I get invited.
We can play.
All right.
We'll play.
Sounds good.
I don't know. That game, if all these new battle royales, Warzone frustrates me. Fortnite, we played 2 games, and it's you shoot one shot, and you're getting pushed across the map.
Were you doing 0 builds or?
Yeah, I don't do builds anymore.
Yeah,
can't do it.
I'm so used to 0 builds, but Keister wants to just do builds, so I forget.
Yeah, but it's if you don't stick with building, you lose that muscle memory, and it's you get into a lobby with kids who they only play builds, and you're just so far behind the curve. you build a little box and this dude's got the Eiffel Tower in front
Bro,
of
the
you.
skill gap in Fortnite's like the craziest thing
I
in
think-
gaming.
Yeah, Fortnite and Rocket League are probably the two games that have the highest skill gap
Yeah.
problem. Just because, Fortnite, you can have a dude cranking 90s, editing
Right.
their builds while they're building at the same time.
And there's a
I'm like,
kid that barely can build a door.
yeah, you
or
build
whatever.
a door, you got to turn 90
Yeah.
degrees, build a door, and these dudes just spinning 360
Right.
circles. But, yeah, those two games, Rocket League and Fortnite, are, they make you just feel some type of way. You get into a game of a pro player in a non-competitive lobby, and it just makes it brings out different emotions.
Yes, yes, it does. So, you have anything else to say? I think that wraps up.
Yeah, it wraps up everything I got. Yeah, just glad to be on the
Yeah,
pod.
thank you for
Hoping to
coming.
be back again. It was a good time.
Oh, of course.
Good
I'm gonna
time
get
on
all
the
the
pod.
homies on. Court's behind the camera. He wanted to be the first live audience.
Giving us the
We'll get the kid on here
googly
soon.
eyes from the live audience.
Giving me a thumbs up.
We'll have to have Court, record a clap soundtrack every time.
Yes.
Or a laughing soundtrack, Make
Yes.
someone laugh.
I'll
You
edit
gotta
it out.
Put it in
Put
there.
it in the video. So yeah, that wraps up episode 5 of Catching a Vibe. Make sure you're subscribed, like, comment, follow the Instagram, follow the TikTok. We'll see you later. Peace.